do more than they're doing. I want to make this clear. If we stay on the current path, it leads to certain near-term total global extinction. That's a mathematical certainty. We've lost 60% of Earth's wildlife populations in the last 40 years. 60%. The die-off rates right now are cataclysmic. It's an unimaginably accelerated mass extinction right now. So here's my point. With those who think that they're saving anything by biting their lip, hiding in the corner, cowering in their cabin on the deck of the Titanic, of which we're all on, it's not going to save you. We have one chance to change course, and we have to do it soon or it won't matter. And this is where, again, paychecks, pensions, personal pursuit of pleasure, whatever it is people are doing with their time, their energies, their efforts, it's not going to matter soon. And if they truly love their children, if they truly claim to care, then they need to show it by taking action now. And for people to understand they're not helpless, as they've convinced themselves of or have been told, that if all of us effectively and efficiently woke others up around us, this is simply the only way forward. That we must reach critical mass so that those in the military, those participating, their families and so forth, understand that they are quite literally killing themselves along with the rest of us. For example, with logging here, the clear cutting and the practices that happen, cutting down the forests which produce oxygen, which help produce rainfall, it's happening on a mind-numbing scale. And what the logging companies will do is actually spike with spikes that kill the tree all the non-timber trees, so they can virtually eliminate any biodiversity in the forest, and they then plant back a monoculture, genetically modified tree. And I'm saying this kind of mentality of doing anything we want to the planet, dumping nuclear waste in the oceans, how is geoengineering causing the forest fires, fueling that? Single greatest factor in the forest fires burning down around the globe is geoengineering.
Yeah.
Single greatest factor. Because of the drought, because of the toxic rain, you have bioavailable metals in the rain killing the root system. We have a destroyed ozone layer because of geoengineering. We have more lightning because of geoengineering and the ionization of the atmosphere. We have incendiary materials settling on the branches. The worst from every direction leading back to geoengineering. And once those forests burn down, the dark soot settles on the ice around the globe, making the ice dark, making the ice absorb more heat from a shredded ozone layer that's now allowing more heat to penetrate. And that starts a feedback loop. And that feedback loop feeds on itself. And as the oceans warm, methane thaws and releases, goes into the atmosphere, covering the planet like a layer of gas, more heating, more fires, more burning. Everything starts to feed on itself. On a warming planet, and the planet is absolutely warming, you must have more rain, not less. The laws of physics make that clear. How can we have less? Because the atmosphere is filled with light scattering particulates that are desiccants, which means they absorb atmospheric moisture. They disrupt the hydrological cycle, the rain cycle, because they block light photons, which create evaporation. They slow overall wind. They stop convection. So this is the wrench in the works. Particles in the atmosphere absolutely destroy the hydrological cycle. So when they saturate the atmosphere with these particulates, they can migrate the rain right over one area and drop it on another area. It's far worse than bad. We're heading for Canfield Ocean, which means a dead, lifeless, superheated, stratified, oxygenless ocean. We're very close to that. And what I want to stress for all your listeners is that I don't want them to believe me. I want them to investigate, and I want them to consider this. Not to look at a headline and form an opinion off of that because it's what we want to believe. Half of the Great Barrier Reef is expected to die in the next 30 days. Half. Why? Because the water is so unimaginably warm, it's literally killing the reef in the geologic blink of an eye. And that's why it's so important for people to understand that geoengineering is making a very bad situation exponentially worse, not better. You might have seen some recent headlines trying to attribute declining health to climate change. Again, another lie. when we're talking about the declining health, mathematically speaking, nothing compares to the all-out assault from climate engineering, which is poisoning the entire planet, every breath we take. But to get at the core of this issue, we have to expose those who are putting out the disinformation and hiding the reality. And again, that's meteorologists, we have reporters and so forth. And it's up to all of us cumulatively in our area to work together to expose these people that are lying and helping to hide these issues. I would argue that instead of being mentally shut down by considering how bad it may get if we don't change course, let's focus on what we need to do to actually change course. Share credible data with people, start spot fires of awareness, help us to reach critical mass, and we can take a quantum leap in the right direction, period.